Hey, what's up? Well, this is starting to feel like the podcast again, man. We got countdowns, we got backgrounds. Welcome to the Pepper Pack Podcast. I am the Dr. Pepper teacher, Zach Bowman.
And I'm Dr. Pepper Doge, Richard.
And as always, I'm thirsty. So I got my Just a Sip tumbler. I got my zero sugar Dr. Pepper. Regular, what are you drinking tonight, Richard?
I'm going for the regular today.
Oh, you're feeling that sugar, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I see you. All right,
2.
23. Now, I usually like to have some ice in my tumbler, so I do have some ice. But as I'm pouring this, I'm wondering, are you more of a crushed ice or are you a cubed ice person?
It depends. I'm fine with either, to be honest.
I do kind of like the taste of the crushed ice as I'm drinking Dr. Pepper. I'm just being able to bite little pieces, but I also find that it melts quicker and then waters down my Dr. Pepper more. So that's not so cool. But Richard, we have started something, and by we I mean I have started something, and it's been fun. It's this pondering pepper thing, and you said you haven't had a chance to catch any of our previous questions.
I watched. I want to say I've only seen 2 of them so far, but it's great to see part of the P5
Mm-hmm.
taken form
Project
with
Pepper.
with a pondering pepper portion.
Oh yeah. So I didn't tell you I was gonna do this, but I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna throw some questions out there at you and see what you think, because that's what I do. So our first question was, when was the last time you attempted something new?
Hmm. Well, I mean, the easy answer is there was this new video game that I've never played before, and I just started it today, so I guess
Okay.
that counts. For the super easy answer.
I thought you were going to go with like a Dr. Pepper creation. Now, we do
Yeah,
need to
I don't think
do.
I've had new Dr. Pepper.
I have purchased some eggnog, and I also have some Dr. Pepper. So one of these days, we're going to have to. Um, oop, that's just a sample comment. He's not really there.
Nope.
Um, I need to do that eggnog Dr. Pepper, and we'll
Hmm.
give a detour of that.
I will say, as someone who thoroughly enjoys mixing eggnog and Dr. Pepper, and I try to do it every Christmas season, um, depending on how you feel, typically it's better to do like the ratio of 1/3 eggnog and 2/3 Dr. Pepper. But if you're feeling really risky and festive, flipping that
No,
around to two
I'm not.
thirds
I'm not.
eggnog and 1/3 Dr.
Because I'm gonna
Pepper.
be honest, I've never had eggnog, and it feels
Ooh,
like something that I might not enjoy.
that's
So
fair.
I think I'm gonna definitely be a 1/3 eggnog, a 2/3 Dr.
Mhm.
Pepper. I'll have to
Might
have
as
you
well
remind me
ease
of that.
into it. Yeah,
Now,
it's pretty good.
okay. Another question was, and I talked to you about this one already. Who do you sometimes compare yourself to? This was our second question about
Mm,
pepper. Pepper.
hmm Well, uh, one, it might not be a common thought that people have, but just how I live life, I tend to try to compare myself to myself a week
Mhm,
ago, a month ago, and a year ago.
mhm.
Uh,
All at the
just
same time, or just
yeah, throughout
reflection?
almost every night. I've been doing this since I was like 15 or 16.
Mhm.
I try to reflect on the day, and then while I'm thinking of the day, I think about who I was today, how I did today, and then if that's any better or different or worse than me a week ago, month ago, year ago,
Now,
and just
now,
kind
that,
of keeping that in mind.
now this is great because that actually leads perfect into today's question. So I'm going to skip the other questions that I was going to ask because I love how that worked right into what we were talking about. Um, Today's pondering pepper is, what do you wish you spent more time doing 5 years ago?
Ooh, man, that's a good one. Uh,
So as you said, you compare yourself to like a year ago, 3 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. I was like, all right, that fits perfect with this. Like,
Yeah, I'd say about 5 years ago, me at that time was actually more sedentary than I am today, which is kind of weird to think since I work from home and I sit in this wonderful office chair all the time
with a
with my
beautiful
standing
background
desk.
behind you.
Yep. Uh, I wish 5 years ago, two things. I had started doing a whole lot more so that I could be more consistent in that five
Hmm.
years later, was going on walks much more
Hmm.
frequently throughout the day.
Yeah.
And then stretching that back, that lower back area, just doing a lot more stretches at the start of the day, just so that way I can, not hate myself every time I like sneeze or something and pull a muscle somewhere.
Yes. Now, if you're watching, go ahead and give us a comment. Let us know where you're watching from. Go ahead and tell us what you think you wish you were doing different the 5 years ago, or what you wish you spent more time doing 5 years ago. Now, in my mind, I'm like my daughter, my oldest daughter would have been one, just learning how to walk. I think we had just moved into this current house. I had just dealt with. I had an umbilical hernia, so I had surgery and all kinds of fun pain. So, what do I wish I spent more time doing 5 years ago? Probably actually resting. I should have not pushed so much. I literally had my surgery on Friday the 13th of August. Was back at school that next day on Saturday because I had to get my class ready because school and soccer practice was starting that like following Tuesday or Wednesday. And so like I had to get things done, and I ended up hurting myself more a few times, and probably should have spent more time resting, but I
Hmm.
struggle with being still.
Right.
Um, Also, you and I were talking about this beforehand. The pandemic, COVID was all also 5 years ago,
Hmm.
give or so take, between not necessarily the start of it, but what do I wish I spent more time doing 5 years ago? Um, I wish I would have bought stuff a lot more stuff when it was cheaper.
Yes.
Because I feel like
Yeah.
after COVID, prices just Dr. Pepper
How,
prices,
how I
everything.
miss those $3 for a 12 pack of Dr. Pepper. And that was like on the higher end.
Yeah, I remember when I was working one of my first jobs. I was working in the video rental at a grocery store, and the soda aisle was right next to us. And I loved when the 12 packs were four for $10.
Hmm.
And I'm like, now I can't get a 12 pack for $10 unless it's on sale.
Yep.
But thankfully, they're doing it now. Like, there's been a lot of buy two get three free, and I think
That's
they're
pretty good.
realizing they've had stuff overpriced so much that people haven't been buying it, and now they have all this back stock of old design cans and
Hmm.
packaging.
If I'm relating tonight's question to something Dr. Pepper related, I think what I would have done 5 years ago, I would have spent more time that entire year prepping for the following year when I was attempting the Guinness World Record for most Dr. Pepper drunk, because I would have then probably learned more about Guinness's uh,
Stipulations.
meticulous stipulations
Hmm.
about it being a corporately brand sponsored record as opposed to just a Guinness personal record.
Yeah,
Um, and I probably would have actually gotten the plaque or title, and then someone would have beaten it the next year, whatever. But I would have at least
I
had it
mean,
for officially that one
I would have
year.
challenged you.
It would have been great. We would just swap back and forth every year.
Now, I wish that they would have done something for us because you definitely are out drinking me. Um, but I first had it, so I would love to have like the first original one and then you
Mhm.
can take it from me, and I'll just have the privilege of knowing that I had it at least once.
Yeah.
And then my collection, you've just had to go out to, and I love like the the detail and what's the word I'm looking for? The organization that you've put into. Like I can see the color coordination in your cans, how they're organized
Mhm.
and just set up. It almost kind of gives like a collage. Now, if you could take this and just take a picture of it and be like, all right, AI, make this, use these colors to rearrange these cans so it has that actual Dr. Pepper
Ooh,
logo.
that would be really cool, like a mosaic of
Yeah,
sorts.
yeah. I'm giving you something to think about.
Yeah. Well, I was also just thinking because you were talking about my collection, and I was still thinking about the question tonight. Almost 5 years ago, August of 2021 is actually when I started this collection.
Mm-hmm,
So if I'd started my collection 8 months earlier, I probably
mm-hmm,
could have found a lot more stuff
mm-hmm.
for a lot cheaper too.
Yeah. Now, let's see. I believe about 5, 6 years ago, no, I got because my daughter is 6 and she's gonna be 7, so it's been about 8 years ago since I had my Dr. Pepper haircut. Wow, that's crazy. I wish I would have known that Dr. Pepper was going to end the Pepper Pack when they are planning on
Hmm.
5 years ago, so that way we could have done more stuff, more meetups, and just or maybe not even that it was going to end, but knowing how the ownership of it has switched hands
Yeah,
into where like we really kind of taken it ourselves. Um, that would have been cool. Um, but yeah, I think on a personal like you always get the old timers like, man, I sure wish I would have bought stock in Apple when it first came out and stuff like that. But I don't really focus on that kind of stuff too much.
right. Like there's no way to really know because if we go back knowing what we could have done to, like to invest more money,
Hmm.
you can't guarantee the outcome's going to be exactly the same.
Oh yeah, the whole butterfly effect, or just how things change. Now, from a sports related thing, I'm a Nebraska fan, and just seeing how we've struggled the last 5 years, it would be nice to know that just to prepare myself emotionally. As a
Yeah.
Manchester United fan, watching them fire coach after coach, and I just say that because our current coach they just fired yesterday or
Hmm.
2 days ago, which I really like this coach. I felt like he had great tactics. He did not have the players he needed, and the board and the ownership who would buy players and stuff when the transfer window opened would go buy the players that they wanted and not the players that he asked for. And then he had to get these players to fit his system, which their strengths were not that system. And so when we struggled, they always get mad at him. And he straight up called him out in the press the other day. He's like, "You hired me to be the manager, not the coach. Let me be the manager and manage the team." And they didn't like that, so they fired him.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but there's so many different things. Like I was in the job I was in 5 years ago. I'm on my fourth year at this school, and I've really enjoyed it. But I know 5 years ago this time there was a lot of questions at my past job and things I had no idea what was going to happen or where they're going to go. And I was like, all right, God, I don't know what to do.
Hmm.
If I would have had the foreknowledge, I feel like I still would have made the decision I made, but it would just be nice knowing how it was going to turn out.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
Ooh.
if you had told me
Actually,
five
you know
five years ago,
what I wouldn't have done if I got to read this question. What time do you wish you spent more time doing 5 years ago? I wish I would have been earning more stupid perks on the
oh
rewards.
yeah, and not
So
having
that way
over
I
2,000
that
points
way
left.
well no. I still wish I would have had a bunch of points because then when they did drop stuff, I know that they would drop it, and so I had them perks to spin,
Hmm.
or the points to spend on perks. I still want that jacket that you got. I keep hoping someone throws that up on um, eBay that I can afford.
They do have a bomber patch style jacket on the official merch store
I
now.
know, but it's not the same.
No,
I'm really hoping that that is the gift they give us. I know you don't have high hopes.
expired coupons. I'm telling you.
Hey, I'm just gonna say this. Shout out to all the ambassadors that participated in the Secret Santa. Everybody got a gift. Everybody sent a gift, and they were delivered. So that was really cool that that all worked out. And I was kind of proud that it really wasn't difficult. Everyone was talking about how difficult it was going to be to organize, and I just that's kind of stuff I enjoy. Where like earlier when you grab that background and that video for this, and you're like, oh, I'm seeing anything like this is going to take forever to recreate or steal and mimic and change this. You made it look super easy, and I'm like, that's your strength, and I love that you have that. This whole running these signups and fun things, like that's what I do. I love that. But look at this. We're already at 17 minutes, man. I just talk too much.
I mean, there's always a lot to talk about. So,
Mm-hmm. Yep, and I'm enjoying these questions. Now, one thing I've been thinking about doing with these questions is giving a teaser for tomorrow's question. So let me look at tomorrow's question. I don't know if you have that pulled up. I sent that in
uh,
the Discord. Tomorrow is the 7th, so
yeah, I don't think I've got your list of questions.
this is awesome. Oh, I don't want to give anything away for tomorrow. I'm just gonna say that this is funny because of literally what we were just talking about, um, and questions and stuff. So I would just tell you guys that tomorrow's question will be fun. I think it'd be easier to talk about, and I might even get made fun of if Richard or Connor or Dario are able to join me. I almost called him Cario. I combined
That's
Dario.
fine.
But as I like to mention and remind you, if you would be so kind, check out our Redbubble store. The link is on the bottom of the screen. Or if you go to Redbubble, just search Pepper Pack Podcast. We have a bunch of different designs that Connor and Josh have put together. You can buy merch from that. All that goes to support this podcast because we are not sponsored, but Dr. Pepper, you can make it happen.
Yeah, now that they don't have to, concern themselves with 700 brand ambassadors,
Mm-hmm.
maybe they could focus on core
Like
podcast
a
people.
podcast tip. But if you're in the Wichita area, make sure you swing by Justice Sip, grab some soda. They have a bunch of great flavors and combinations. I do enjoy the creamy coconut with Dr. Pepper. That's been pretty good. And they also have a birthday or a cupcake syrup that with the Dr. Pepper tastes very similar to the icing on the cake birthday cake Dr. Pepper that we got a while back. So if you were not an ambassador and you ever wanted to have a go at that and see what that tasted like, that's something I highly recommend. And the new pretzel bites they have are impeccable. They're delicious. So Richard, next time, or if you ever make it up here, dude, I got pretzel bites. I got you covered.
Nice.
But yeah, if you would check those out, and then our link tree has all our socials on there. You can like, share, comment, follow, post, repost, retweet, all that fun stuff. That helps us out. We appreciate it. So stay caffeinated, be blessed, be a pepper, and until we drink or until we see you. I can't even say my own words. Whew. I need some more Dr. Pepper. But until we drink again, we'll see y'all next time.